The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and/or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of FRC Media, Bristol Community College, or the City of Fall River.
Good evening, and we're just really happy to be here. We would like to thank many sponsors who make this evening and so much of what we do possible. First, please join me in thanking Bristol County Savings Bank, who is serving as the platinum sponsor of tonight's event. And we would also like to thank our supporting sponsor, Valcourt Bank, SouthCoast Health, St. Anne's Credit Union, and Webster Bank. Mayor Coogan will be here, but not for a little while. So we're going to get started, but he's got a citation that he would like to give to Pat Murray tonight, but he won't be here probably till around 6:30, which is fine because he's got a very busy schedule tonight. So now we ask that you stand as we request that the members of the Scouting America present the colors. To honor those lost 23 years ago today, we would like to have a moment of silence. Thank you. Now, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which we stand, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may now retire the colors. Thank you. Please be seated and enjoy your dinner. We will continue with the program shortly. One SouthCoast Chamber presents the Outstanding Citizen Award to an exceptional individual within the community in memory of Roger Valcourt. The Outstanding Citizen Award has long been designated as the most prestigious award within the business community. It is bestowed annually upon a citizen who has a long record of volunteerism and leadership, and that has produced a measurable and lasting contribution to the region. The standard is high because of an outstanding individual named Roger Valcourt. The Outstanding Citizen Award was named in memory of Roger Valcourt. Mr. Valcourt passed away very suddenly in 1979. He was a person who bestowed great character and commitment to community, along with a reputation for excellence. The Chamber has since paid tribute to the life and achievements of Roger Valcourt through the annual presentment of the Outstanding Citizen Award. So I'd like to recognize some past recipients of the Valcourt Award who are with us tonight. Nick Christ, Richard LaFrance, Jean McCormick, Joan Medeiros, Tom Murray, Carl Sawayko, and Jim Wallace. So now, please turn your attention to the screen.
The business community in Fall River and New Bedford is a pretty close-knit group. We all work together whenever we can, and certainly the banks are a very important part of that business community. When companies need help in this environment, and when they have a place to go, they know that they can go to Bristol County Savings Bank, and they know they can go to Pat Murray because he is a true leader in the banking profession and in this community.
I met him over 40 years ago. He was with an accounting firm, and he was actually coming in and doing the audit for the bank. I was so impressed with him. I was so impressed with how he handles himself, his manner, that we offered him a job, and thankfully he accepted. He was, for me, a great number two person, because whenever I had anything difficult to do, I would give it to him, and he would never complain. He would just do it.
So I met Pat in 1991 when I joined Bristol County Savings Bank, and ironically, we didn't hit it off right out of the gate. He was working in the finance area, which meant managing the expenses, and I was working in the marketing and community relations area, so I spent all the money and gave it away.
Bristol County Savings Bank was the job that everybody wanted to get on because Pat was treasurer there and he ran such a clean shop that was the place everyone wanted to work. I think that speaks to him in his both his caliber as a banker and as a CPA. He's been my coach, my mentor, my friend. We've been through a lot together. We've done a lot of great work, both for our bank and for the community. And I've been really lucky to have learned an awful lot about the banking business from one of the best in the business and a lot about community.
We started the employee volunteer day, and we closed the bank for half a day, and all our employees, essentially we volunteer at 14 to 16 different community organizations, and that is such valuable work that we do. The employees love it, the organizations love it. We put a team of 10, 12 folks at an organization, and we do enough work that they couldn't do in 3 or 4 months.
He's on a number of boards, and one of the boards that I share with him is the Zeiterion Theater. The Zeiterion is currently undergoing a massive renovation. It is a core economic development driver for the city of New Bedford, and Pat understands that, and he elected to come on the board rather than have one of the other employees of the bank come on the board.
Pat was always thinking about how the bank could play a role in making change. If it was the wind industry, is there a role for the banks to help this to get started? A new innovation in education, pre-K, and how should the bank take a role? It wasn't like he wanted somebody to solve the problem on their own and then come to him. He said, no, let's be a participant in that.
You know, when I came into Bristol Community College, we were ready to make some changes to the foundation. It was new leadership, and Pat was able to help us make some changes in how we made decisions, and was able to actually help us increase the amount of giving that we provide annually to our students.
He adores his family. 3 children, lots of nieces and nephews and brothers and sisters, and his mom is still living, and he is really, you ask any of them, and he is the go-to. He is the one that everybody turns to for advice, for help. And what I love about him is, despite everything else that he has going on in his career and all of his work in the community, he always has time for all of us. He is an avid sports fan, but primarily and first and foremost a Patriots fan, die-hard Patriots fan since the 70s, ticket holder. We rarely miss not only a game, but a tailgate. We certainly are looking forward to the ability to spend more time doing the things that we love and being with family and our friends. Now that we have 4 grandkids, I would say that trumps everything. You know, but it's a double-edged sword. He's put a lot of his heart and soul, and his working career has been at Bristol County Savings Bank. I think that he is really ready because he also truly believes that we have to give others the opportunity. And, you know, he's big on succession planning and having the ability for others to have the chance and the opportunity to lead.
Pat, I just wanted to say congratulations on winning the Valcourt Award. I can't think of anyone else more deserving, given your focus on the community, your involvement in the community. You walk the walk, and congratulations.
Pat, I gotta say, I am so happy for you and your family to know that you are the recipient of the Valcourt Award this year. It is a distinguished honor, and you are a distinguished citizen who well deserves that honor.
Pat, congratulations for this well-deserved honor, and thank you for your service to the community. We are proud and grateful for all that you do. Thank you.
Pat, you've had a great career over a 40-year span of time. You've earned a well-deserved retirement while still staying involved in the community and staying involved as you fall into the role as chairman at Bristol County Savings Bank.
Pat, congratulations on 38 years at Bristol County Savings Bank.
You've done a tremendous job at the bank, and you've done a tremendous job in the community, and the award is very well deserved.
It's been an honor and a privilege for me to be a partner with you and with your A-team, including Michelle, in making this all happen.
Congratulations, honey, on receiving the Valcourt Award. You are so deserving of this, and I am so incredibly proud of you and the person that you are. I am so lucky to have you not only as my boss, but as my husband and as my best friend. Congratulations. I love you.
Although I'm not really sure what else is left to be said. But before I do forget, how about that video? It was done by Keith Tebow in the back. And the team at Fall River Community Media, which is part of Bristol Community College. So thank you, Laura Douglas, for keeping those guys going. So Patrick Murray is the chairman of the board of directors and chief executive officer of Bristol County Savings Bank, as well as president of the Bristol County Savings Charitable Foundation. He has been a very successful business person and leader with a focus on positively impacting the community throughout his 38 years at the bank. He truly cares about the businesses and communities at large in the area the bank serves and treats everyone he meets with respect and compassion. Pat has led Bristol County Savings Bank, a full-service banking institution based in Taunton, for the past 12 years and has helped grow its assets to approximately $3.1 billion. He previously served the bank in several leadership roles, including President and Chief Executive Officer, Treasurer and Chief Operating Officer, and Pat has announced his plans to retire in January of 2025. He will, however, continue to serve the bank as chairman of the board of directors. Pat was first drawn to the bank due to it being a mutual community bank. He liked the idea that the neighborhoods where the bank engaged in business served as its stakeholders. He has always valued that the bank places a premium on supporting and investing in the local community. In fact, Bristol County Savings' mission is to support its communities by making them a better place to live and work. Pat was instrumental in the formation of the bank's Bristol County Savings Charitable Foundation, which celebrated... I think you shut me off. Oh, there we go. That was me. I had to try to pin that on Katie. Sorry about that, Katie. Which celebrated its 25th anniversary in 2021. Under his leadership as president, the foundation donated a record annual grant amount of more than $2.3 million to hundreds of area not-for-profits in 2023. All total, the foundation has committed more than $32 million in grants to the local area since its inception, over $12 million of which has benefited organizations in the Greater Fall River and New Bedford communities. The bank was named one of the top charitable contributors in Massachusetts by Boston Business Journal for the 7th consecutive year, ranking 36th out of a record 100 companies that granted at least $100,000 to Massachusetts not-for-profits in 2022. Pat is led by example, dedicating much of his focus on the needs of others during his tenure at the bank, which in turn encourages the bank's more than 300 employees to give of their time and talents within the community. He implemented the BCSB Cares program, promoting a corporate culture which values accountability, respect for one another, and service to the community. In 2023, over 7,500 volunteer hours were performed by Bristol County Savings Bank employees, providing financial education and community service work to area not-for-profits and community organizations. Personally committed to the local community, Pat currently serves as a board member of Bristol Community College Foundation, the Zeiterian Theater, Taunton Business Improvement District, and the United Way of Massachusetts Bay and Merrimack Valley, which is formerly the United Way of Greater Attleboro and Taunton. He's also a board member and chair of the Finance Committee for Care New England and serves on the Regeneration Committee for the New Bedford Economic Development Council. Previously, Pat's community involvement included serving as chairman of the Board of Directors for Community Care Services, Inc., a board member of the Heart of Taunton, the Narragansett Council Boy Scouts of America, and the SouthCoast Development Partnership. Chairperson of the Old Colony YMCA and Bristol Community College Capital Campaigns and the Southern New England Heart Walk for the American Heart Association, and director of the Downtown Taunton Foundation. Active in several professional organizations, Pat serves as a board member of the Savings Bank Employees Retirement Association and COCC, a leading fintech company. He's a past board member and chair of the Massachusetts Bankers Association and a past board member of the Depositors Insurance Fund. Pat has been recognized for his long-standing support of businesses and organizations in the community with the inaugural Meeting Street, the Swartz Center's 2024 Founders Award, and the One South Coast Chamber of Commerce 2022 Brayton Award, the Boys and Girls Club of Metro South's 2021 Thomas P. Kennedy Community Service Award, the ARC of Bristol County's 2019 Founders Award, the Pawtucket Foundation's Heritage Award, the Narragansett Council Boy Scouts of America's Silver Beaver Award, and the Taunton and Fall River Rotary Club's Paul Harris Fellow Award, among others. I got a lot of work to do to catch up, Pat. He's a graduate of Bentley College in Waltham, Mass., with a bachelor's degree in accountancy. Pat is a former CPA. See, Doug, I told you it said former. We were talking about how expensive it is, Pat, and we figured you might have given that up. You might have been a little busy. He also graduated from the National School of Banking of America's Community Bankers at Fairfield University, Fairfield, Connecticut. So, Pat, please join me at the podium. What is your award, sir? Thank you. Let's look at Katie. Thank you. Now, I'll take this. Thank you. And Pat, before you get started, we have Mayor Coogan is here today, and he's got a citation that he would like to present to you.
I am not going to talk for long. I don't even want to read the citation, but I do know what I'm going to do in the future. After watching the video and hearing the litany of things that Pat's involved in, when the final judgment day comes for me, I'm going to follow Pat. And all I'm going to do when they get there is that I'm just going to keep saying, I'm with him, I'm with him. And I'm hoping it spills back, because if not, I'm in a world of trouble. But I mean, really, that is just such a great resume, and it's such a great honor to have gotten to know Pat and the whole crew at Bristol County Savings. It was, I think Joan Medeiros, a good friend of mine, was the first one to pull me in. I was fortunate enough to get an introduction to both Pat and Michelle and Jeff and the whole crew. They're great people. They're great community partners. They do so much. You heard it, and like everybody else sitting here feels inferior because we're not at that level. But I do want to commend him, and I want him to know that the city acknowledges what he does in so many special ways. So this is for Pat Murray in honor and recognition of receiving the 2024 Roger Valcourt Outstanding Citizen of the Year Award, signed by me, Paul Coogan, the Mayor of the City of Fall River.
We have one more citation, which is from the State Senate. Senator Michael Rodericks wanted to be here, but he's kind of busy still trying to figure out some things.
Not much going on.
So he asked me to give this to you, but it's an official citation from the State Senate for all of the great works you've done for all of these years, and just what a great leader you've been in the community. So now you can have the microphone.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Senator. Not much going on up the hill tonight, but we all understand what Mike's doing, so thank you very much. Wow, I don't know what to say, and I think everything's been said, so thank you very much, and I hope you all know. But quite honestly, involved with a lot. That's what community banking is all about. We are I always say this region is blessed to have 3 or 4 great community banks that know what community is all about. So, I thank, our, we'll call them competitors, but community banking is about friendly competitors. So I thank Baycoast, I thank Bank 5, and I'll even throw Joe Baptista into it at Mechanics Bank. And thank you. This region is truly blessed to have 4 banks that really understand what community is all about. So thank you, thank you. Involved with a lot. There's, every single organization that I've been involved with, and Joe Norman is on my board of directors. Yes, Joe, I do show up at work, and I do run the bank, but that's what community banking is. As Nick and Ann could contest to, are out there doing good things in the communities every single day. And what about that honor guard, huh? What about the Scouts? The Scouts are near and dear to my heart. And did you notice that 3 of them are future women leaders? So I was a Scout, and I'm just going to remind of one quick story, one quick personal story. You heard that I was the recipient of the Scouting Silver Beaver Award, which is an award that is given to, the highest award that they give to a volunteer. And my mom was my first den leader, Pack 30 back up in Bridgewater. And, after I got the award, when I found out I was getting the award, I called up my mom. And my dad was very involved in scouting as well, too. And I said, Mom, you're not going to believe it. You've got to be there. I'm going to get the Silver Beaver Award. Now, I figured I'd have to explain to her what that was. And I started to explain it to her. She goes, I know exactly what that is. I am so proud of you. Your dad would have been very proud of you. But I'm still very disappointed that you never got your eagle. As only a mom can do. And certain things remind me of that, and tonight was one of those memories. So, but thank you for that introduction, Mike. Unbelievable. And good evening, everyone. I would like to acknowledge and give a shout out to all of you here this evening for your commitment to the One SouthCoast Chamber and our region. It is certainly humbling to receive the Roger Valcourt Outstanding Citizen of the Year Award, and I am grateful to be in such good company when you look at the list of former awardees. I am truly humbled. A special thanks to everyone within the chamber, especially Mike, Rose, the executive committee, and the board for honoring me with this award. It is certainly quite an honor. I would also like to recognize and thank Mayor Coogan and Mike Rodricks for carving some time to be with us tonight. I am especially proud to receive this award from the Chamber, as its focus on enhancing the economic well-being of local businesses and the quality of life in the community it serves aligns perfectly with the Commission of Community Banks. From a community banker's perspective, the way the Chamber brings area business owners and professionals together so they can learn, grow, and prosper continues to resonate with me. Community bankers are always looking for ways to collaborate with area businesses, as well as schools and government agencies, to meet the growing needs of the communities we serve and support the local community. This is a testimonial to the several community bankers that have been honored with this award over the years, including my good friend Jim Wallace, who just got it last year. 2 community bankers back to back, Jim. I did not know Mr. Valcourt, but have heard numerous times over and over again that he was a pillar in the local community. He was president of Valcourt Industrial Supply Company, which started as a small corner hardware on East Main Street in Fall River in 1946. While growing that business, he established himself as a leader in the SouthCoast with a focus on helping the entire community thrive. He was president of the board of St. Anne's Hospital, a director of St. Anne's Credit Union, and was also involved with numerous other community organizations, including the Quikashon Club, the Lions Club, and St. Vincent's de Paul. In short, Mr. Valcourt was a man of great character, and I am certainly proud to be associated with him in some small way by receiving this award tonight. I also understand that he was a mentor to many and stressed the importance of community. I have had several mentors during my career at Bristol County Savings Bank, including the 3 chairmen that I worked for during my tenure as CEO: Dennis Cody, Dennis Kelly, and Don Backlund. I would also like to recognize 2 other members of our board that are here tonight that I have also turned to on several occasions during my career for their guidance and support: Dr. Gene McCormick and Joe Norman. Talk about 2 great community leaders. Thank you both. Unfortunately, Dennis Kelly couldn't be with us tonight as he's traveling in his retirement. Good for him. I can't wait. Dennis hired me 38 years ago, and I had the good fortune of working for him pretty much ever since, and consider him to be one of my best friends. As it relates to this evening, Dennis helped me understand what a true leader is and instilled in me the importance of community and giving back to others, both on a personal level and through the vital role a community bank can play in support of the people it serves. In that context, Dennis always defined people as the communities we serve, our customers, and our employees. We continue to focus on that culture of people helping people. Last year alone, our directors, officers, and employees devoted more than 7,500 volunteer hours to area nonprofit organizations. As CEO, that is what I am most proud of. So for those from Bristol County Savings Bank tonight, thank you, thank you, thank you. As I have mentioned a few times now, this recognition tonight is quite an honor. However, I feel a little uneasy accepting it without the understanding that the bank and our employees, past and present, played a large role in me being up here tonight. And I'd just like to recognize a few of them. And it starts with our executive team. And I just want to recognize a couple of them that have been right behind me the last several years as I've wrapped up my career. I would like to, at this point, I would like to introduce my successor and currently our President and Chief Banking Officer, John Silva. As you heard, a guy that's been with me for a long, long time, our first Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer, and my right-hand person for many, many years, Dennis Leahy. And of course, my #1 supporter, and as you just heard, wife. So the secret is out for any of those that didn't know. Michelle and I have been married for quite a while, and we've made it work. Michelle is our Executive Vice President and Chief Community Relations Officer. Honey, obviously all this wouldn't have been possible without your love and support and what you do for the communities we serve in your role. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for being my partner in this award, because it would not have happened without you. Thank you, and I love you. As many of you know, I am retiring at the end of the year. So's Michelle. I was hoping to get out a few years earlier and kind of get set in my own ways in retirement, but now we got to do it together. But as I get ready to retire, it has made me reflect on what type of lasting impact I may have had and may not have had. I hope through my example that I have inspired some of those around me to become more involved and engaged in our community. I encourage everyone here tonight to do the same and make a difference in your own ways. In closing, as you've heard, the bank's core values are focused on community, which has helped guide me over the years, both professionally and personally, and helped me understand what is truly important in life. I hope I have done my little part to help make a difference here in the South Coast. Thank you again to everyone at the Chamber, and thank you for everybody here tonight for recognizing me with this award and for all the work that your teams and you do individually on behalf of our local businesses and the communities we serve. Thank you.
Thank you. We need another picture. The flash didn't go off.
I brought the camera. And if we ever get up here together, I may switch places with them, believe me.
It didn't go off the second time. Okay.
I know.
Right.
Thanks, Paul. Thank you.
There you go. Sure. Okay, so before we conclude, there's just a couple upcoming events I want to mention. On Saturday, October 12th, we're holding our annual Blount Fine Foods New Bedford Seafood Chowder Fest. VIP and general admission tickets are available on our website at onesouthcoast.com. The weather's going to be fantastic, and it's going to be a great day. So please go to onesouthcoast.com and get your tickets. And the VIP tickets are a fantastic deal. Absolutely fantastic deal. Ask some of the board members who have been there the last couple of years. It keeps getting better and better and better. Also available on our website are raffle tickets for our 50-50 raffle. The minimum payout is $2,500. We'll be drawing winners on Thursday, December 5th in this room at White's of Westport. You do not need to be present to win. We have Jeff Paliuka won last year, right? He can tell you. It was a little different setup, but Jeff was pretty happy when his phone rang. On Wednesday, December 12th, we'll be having our One South Coast annual meeting at White's of Westport featuring breakfast and our annual Apex and Brayton Awards. This is a great opportunity to join other business and community leaders to celebrate the business people working together for the future of the South Coast community. And once again, please join us in thanking our sponsors, Bristol County Savings Bank, South Coast Health, Bay Coast Bank, Bank 5, and Webster Bank. And thank you also to the LaFrance Hospitality team and to everyone for coming tonight. Please have a wonderful night.